ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, G2A, NVIDIA, and ESEA.
Welcome back to Elimination Day here at ESL Pro League. I'm Moses. I'm joined by Blue. We're going to shatter some dreams today,
You didn't even
Blue.
call it like top 4 day. You're just like Elimination Day.
Elimination Day. Let's get some people out of here.
All right, so update on the current standings and the possibilities that could outcome from this. With Luminosity winning that last map, they are 100% guaranteed now to be the top seed from the North American region heading into London. But for the other 3 seeds, it is still currently up in the air. At the moment, Energy did take control of their first map versus Optic, which currently ties them at 14-14. The other interesting development is that Liquid has just lost their first map versus Splice, which means that both Team Liquid and Selfless are also still tied. If they each win their final map here, then what that is going to mean is that we could have a 3-way tie between them and either Energy or Optic, depending on the outcome of that match for the 4th and final seed. Whereas whoever ends up winning that Optic versus Energy match is going to take the 3rd seed for the season.
Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. Sorry for the extended break, by the way. We were just excited about you guys watching some of these matches, trying to figure out what was coming up next. But yeah, essentially what this comes up with is this day could decide everything or could decide nothing. We could have a bunch of tiebreakers, 3-way, 4-way ties. So this could just descend into even more insanity. Either way, we are going to come back. We're going to do the second match between Selfless and Luminosity. That's going to be on Overpass. And if this game ends quick enough, if you know one team if it's just a dominant win for someone, we're going to switch into another game that will have implications towards the seeding as well. So no worries there. And imagine if you were Selfless and you're staring elimination or playoffs in the face, and you've got to play Luminosity on this map. That's not the best thing to do. 5-1 on the season is Luminosity. Selfless is 1-1, but this is a map that Luminosity is just world beaters on.
This is the El Clasico map for them too. When they play Navi on this one, this is the one that
all of their matches on this map have been insane, and this is also, I mean, they dominated Navi on this at the major.
So that is going to put some very poor prospects into play here for the guys on Selfless. But the big man to watch is going to be Relics, who was an absolutely amazing clutch player on the T side yesterday when they played on Cash versus, or not, apologies, not yesterday, Sunday, when they played on Cash versus Team Liquid. This was the big key there. But we're going into the knife round now. And of course, with it being on Overpass, this could be very, very important to decide who gets that very early advantage by starting off on the CT side.
I don't know if I'd say either side has an advantage whatsoever against Luminosity on this map. I think, and actually, this is another thing. If you guys weren't checking Twitter in between the games, Fallen was just a baller and just tweeted out, "I'm looking for revenge. Selfless eliminated me from the iBuyPower tournament. I want to eliminate them from the Pro League tournament."
Much bigger prize pool this time, of course.
Doesn't matter. It's about pride.
I don't think the scale of revenge is equatable.
That's what makes it so awesome.
You knocked me out of, how much was the iBuyPower? How much money was that?
I don't even know.
It was like 10,000?
Don't even care.
You knocked me out of a $10,000 tournament? I'll knock you out of a $750,000
That's what we're talking about, Blue. Hopes and dreams. Kill them. Crush them.
Savage. All right, so LG.
Speaking of savage, this is the least savage knife I've ever seen in my whole life.
No way that Selfless is going to fight you there. Come on.
Why are they all running now?
Timer, probably? I think there's a timer on this.
Is there a timer?
Yeah, we can't see it now, but I'm like 90% sure there's a timer. Yeah, there is. 2-minute timer, so as soon as that should run out anytime now.
Uh-oh. All right, so it's a slaughter at the end. Selfless do slow play that. They don't fall into the trap. So Luminosity is going to have to start on the T side, more than likely, and we are going to get live into the pistol round. They are starting on the Terra side. So Selfless at least get the advantage of CT, but like I said, I mean, Luminosity, their T-sides on this map are insane. It's not much of a feel-good feeling on any side of this map against LG.
All right, well, we'll get into it now, guys. And like I said before, Selfless, they get themselves the start in the CT side, but that could end up being a bit more of a mistake for them as well, depending on the way things go. But thankfully, they had a pretty good CT half back over on Inferno. If they can carry that, if they can get the big lead, and their T side is much more proficient here than we saw back on the last map, that could allow them to take the one victory needed, put them in a possible spot for the top 4. Now, though, Uber catching the first kill on Fur. Very quick control that Luminosity is going for the B-bomb save, but in all honesty, it's not going so well. They found 2 kills, and so far none have been traded back out. Mainline finding another pickup too as he plays around outside the connector. Taco and FNX are the last 2 left alive, but Selfless are slowly pushing back in here to get back control for themselves. Taco with a nice pickup, and FNX actually found one too, so he opened the wings back over here by connector, but Taco, there's no way he's getting out of this site alive. 3 players guarding it.
Well, the one thing it has done is open up the opportunity, and just as I say that, he falls, but it did pull Relics back, so if FNX was able to get into the action and help Taco out, there was just nowhere for him to fall back to behind that pillar, far too exposed. Now we have seen FNX win some incredible pistols on this map. He's going to turn the corner here. 2 players, one over by Graffiti, one there at the corner. Takes some damage, but he's not aware of the second player. He's still trying to find him out. They know exactly where he is, and Selfless doesn't want to let him get the bomb planted. They're just going to swarm this site. He can't take a single point of damage from here on out, and Uber is going to finish it out. So a pistol round for Selfless, much needed. They lost both on Inferno.
Yeah. So now taking this one, of course, a bit of a change of pace, and also going to give them the early round advantage. Keep in mind, too, like I was just saying when we started the pistol round, is that they had the good CT side, and the only reason Luminosity even had 4 rounds to begin with was because they won that pistol, and they won the following rounds from that. And Selfless played it very casually, too. Like, Selfless didn't even try to resist those rounds, so they were essentially handed over to Luminosity. If the CT side becomes just as strong here, they could be looking at an even bigger lead now.
No one playing close up at this B bomb site for Selfless. A lot of control given over towards Luminosity, and they're just marching their way to this B bomb site. There's the execution. Cold, he deals some damage. He forces back Relics, who's taken massive damage, down to 12. Uber's at 60 as well. It's going to have to be a retake. There's already mainline coming in on the flank to kind of keep him confined to the bomb site, but the flanker is being flanked out himself. There's an opening kill from Mitch. Mainline gets dinked. He eventually does fall. Trades come out in Cold. This is the critical spot. If he can hold this, he needs to get at least 1 kill, and he does. Falling with the other. There's Uber. Finally chiming in with 1, but he's in a 1-on-2. Smoke off towards short. He's still got so much. He's got to defuse the bomb as well. Taco and Fallen plenty of HP to deal with this. Uber's down to just his pistol, trying to find these kills. Not even the time to reload. And that's a nice round from Luminosity. They take advantage of all the ground that Selfless gave them.
And that'll tie things up back at 1-1 here, immediately upsetting the CT side economy too. So it's gone from great to horrible for Selfless now, as they have to start from ground zero in terms of building up their economy. It will allow Luminosity to build up a bit more of a lead here, and they're immediately going into the SMGs because they know Selfless is not going to try for an aggressive response to that last round. It's way too early to be trying very risky stuff like that. They need to take it slow and build themselves up.
Mainline's going to push downstairs. Molotov out to force back any aggression. Stacked towards the B bomb site for Selfless. No one from Luminosity is heading there at all at the moment. Taco is just way far back watching the flank fall and has now spotted out mainline in the stairwell, so he's trapped in from both sides. Molotov's right in, force him down, trying to force him into the arms of Fallen. It's not going to work. He's being very patient with it. Now Fallen's going to have a lot of attention on further with this MAC-10. He doesn't even care if he loses it. He just wants to scout out this A bomb site. Is Fallen going to be able to control this? There's Taco with 1 kill. Nifty's been dealt damage, and finally LG takes a little bit, but they set up and they pinch into that stairwell and they clear it out. AK is lost, so they're going to have to prevent Mitch from saving that into the next round. He does have it in his hands. He might just want to try and throw it away.
Not going to be able to do that, though. Fur shuts him down from the backside. Don't think anybody's actually going to recover that AK. Nope, it is lost. So Luminosity do lose it themselves, but with Selfless still having to save up for 1 more round here, nothing Luminosity will really have to worry about just as of yet. T-side much more forgiving to losses like that.
Yeah, and still three SMGs to build some bonuses as well. I mean, you can see they're setting up at a good amount of cash. Taco on the AK-47, no utility. I imagine they set up in a very similar fashion with Fallen watching the stairwell. There he is. Molotov comes out again, deals decent damage on the Relics, forces him from pushing. And once again, they are boxed in. Here comes an HE grenade. Luminosity being a little bit cautious, trying to pinch into the stairwell. They do have 1 to deal with. There's Taco and FNX each with a kill, so already, and there's essentially no danger in Luminosity losing this round. Relics has a UMP, but that can't do too much.
So with that one now, obviously they're going to keep close eyes on him. Good flashbang, just a little bit late on the explosion of it. So Fallen will be able to take him down in Uber. Not really having a whole lot of luck with this CZ, unfortunately. So once again, he'll be taken down without really catching any trades. And Luminosity make it through their first 1 rounds pretty flawlessly here now, building up a very dangerous bank so early on. And Selfless, they're going to get their guns onto the board, but they're not going to be safe even if they win this first round here. They're going to have to upset against Luminosity 1 more time before they put them into control in the T-side economy.
plenty of, I mean, this is, once again, we saw this on Inferno, Selfless. Without these investments in those 2 rounds, they don't do too much to the economy of their opponents, but look what they're able to bring forward. It's a nice nade onto Taco. It's almost perfect. 46 HP. He's going to push up short. He's going to remain a little bit aggressive. Actually, now he's just going to confine himself. He has control of this, and he can just watch for pushes from this location.
Mainline up on top now. And the rest of Luminosity mainly pushing in through the connectors. So Mainline could actually grab a kill, but Fallen spots it. Shuts him down, jumping outside. He's going to be able to take him out. Selfless already down a man, but Alex is sticking around here, just outside of the bathrooms for the time being. Really doesn't have a choice. That Molly sitting there to his left can fall away now, and he may want to choose to do that, as there is no team support even close to this. The only thing he would have would be Nifty, but Nifty's way back inside of the bank here, and the other 2 are still down the B-bomb site. They didn't even realize that Fur pushed long A. Nobody's watching for that, so Fur gets that kill for free, and Cole takes down Relic. So this defense from Selfless is completely falling apart. Uber and Mitch have no hope at all of retaking an A-bomb site. They have to try to retreat, but even there is someone watching out for them. That's going to be Taco inside of water.
He's been here this whole round, but really it's a sick play from Fur. When Fallen gets that kill onto Mainline and they know it's a boost, they know there's 2 players there, that Molotov is thrown behind Mainline, so he can't retreat. Free kill for Fallen there. But Fur actually, since he knows there's 2 players pushed up towards bathroom, he just gets very aggressive down long. He knows there's a very small chance of a 3rd player being there to watch, and even if he is at the A-bomb site, he's got to bail out his teammates. He's got to attempt to support him somehow. And Fur just takes the gamble, and he finds a free kill on the A site. That pretty much sealed the deal. 4-1, Selfless already on the back foot.
And having to start to get back into this very quickly too. Luminosity take a lead. They are going to punish you for it round after round after round once again. So back onto the grind here, and Selfless just need to watch out for those early frags, because this is what ended up killing them too. Back on their T side of Inferno, losing that 1 man just rattled them so much, and they almost were never able to recover. It was the same thing for Luminosity to a certain degree, but right now they are not finding that early impact that they need to, and that they were finding back on the last map to shut down Luminosity and give them such a hefty lead back on the last map. Taking good control and shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon.
I mean, this is just going to be another round where Luminosity, they can more than likely not take too much damage. There's no utility on the Selfless side, no pop flashes they can take, and there's 1 minute and 20 seconds. And this time, I mean, there is a little bit of a stack towards the B bomb site for Selfless, but once again, a lot of ground being given. I mean, Fur's having anything he wants over towards long. He can walk up very much unopposed. And Luminosity now just kind of rotating down these stairwells towards the B site just to feel it out. They still have 1 minute. They don't have to commit anywhere. It'll largely be on what Fur can find at this A site. He's got to be careful, though. He's going to be in a 1-on-2 here. Clearing things out. If he finds Mainline, that'd be huge. And there it is. Free kill for him. He's got 1 more in bank to deal with. That's Nifty. And he is going to react. Not in time. It doesn't even hit a shot. So that's actually going to send Luminosity back. Oh, what a shot from Nifty. Now, Mitch, this could be dangerous, but Cold finds him.
Turning away a bit too soon there. And Uber up on top of the safe plant spot, jumping down. He's going to find Fallen 2v2. Tries to escape with that off, but that's definitely a bit too greedy. Nifty's missed his first connection on Taco. He gives himself away. Cold's moving into those tunnels right now to try and shut him down. He's very quickly going to be boxed in himself, but also with the positioning currently held, it's blocked Taco away from retrieving the bomb, but he's got to react soon. He's got to be ready for this push from Cold, and he doesn't see it at all. Reacts, though, actually. Adjusts his aim and shuts down Cold. He takes a lot of damage. He's down at 30 HP, but he has a realistic chance now trying to clutch this. Falls back, and he finds that long-range headshot against Taco. Huge clutch from Nifty, and Selfless are going to find a 2nd round.
How does that happen? You do not see Luminosity lose those rounds very often. And Nifty has no armor through the whole thing, so he's got to manage the aim punch as well. That is a sick round. First taking out Fur, it looked like, I didn't think it was any way he was going to be able to win that. Fur doesn't react in time, but the AK shots at the end are just beautiful.
In the meantime, guys, while that round was being played, the 2nd seed for North America was guaranteed. Cloud9 took their 2nd match against Kona, which leaves them with 16 wins at the end of their season. No other team can reach that, so they'll be having a guaranteed 2nd seed heading into the UK finals.
Very, very passive from Luminosity now. I mean, they've got to be a little bit shocked that that just occurred. Taco is once again in his position over towards short sewers, just watching for any kind of a push. Falling towards the stairs. This is that default they've been busting out. Nifty's going to be on it all. If they challenge him, these flashbangs aren't the strongest. He misses his initial shot, though, and wisely, he doesn't go for a repeat. Just falls all the way back to the A bomb site. Going to smoke off highway. Give Mainline a little bit of cover, a little bit of breathing room, and watch his back. With Luminosity, a minute left. They force back any aggression over towards the A bomb site, and now they can freely move between the 2 downstairs.
Luminosity, again, back to the slower style of play, but still getting good amounts of control, and Selfless are not being all that aggressive now after their early exploits here. They've fallen back, And they're not really going to be able to catch anything. They see the nade pressure that's rolling in to try and throw this fake over here towards the A-bomb side. And even FNX is going to be lurking himself back over here towards the site. But all right, Nifty just decks FNX to the floor before he can even do anything aggressive. And now the rest of the team are going to start investigating. They've already started to rotate down more players too. The number 2-man Relix is coming in to help out. But as they push in, Uber, I don't know what that was, but he looks away at the wrong time. Mitch, though, just crawls his way inside and shuts down Fur and Taco. He's solo. He needs that extra support. He's not going to be able to get it to keep himself in the game, but someone else is inside a pit now. That's Relix. He was taken down by Fallen, but as they move back in, it gives enough time. 3-on-2, very rough for Luminosity, and 10 seconds left, so they need to force their way in. Good shot from Cold, but Relix responds by taking down his teammate, and Nifty closes it out, eliminates Cold. And we will see a third round on the board now for Selfless.
Yeah, Luminosity, once FNX falls over towards the A-bomb site, they had to speed things up, but unfortunately they were stuck behind a smoke. They couldn't go through that. And even with some opening kills, I mean, the timer is just so low. So difficult to get into the bomb site when Selfless just keeps throwing bodies at it. Nifty's come alive here in these past 2 rounds. Those 2 kills from him are critical. First, he kills FNX, which really sniffs out the fake of that pressure that he was applying to the A-bomb site, allows them to get a jump on the rotate over towards B. Mainline coming up the stairs. Is Cold going to be ready? He's not. It's a lot of bullets used to get that 1 kill, though, but FNX isn't going to chase it down. And unfortunately, Mainline is going to run right into Fur. Not ready for that whatsoever. FNX is able to cut off the retreat of Nifty. And is he going to be able to get that kill? He is. Nifty a little bit careless on that retreat, but, I mean, likewise, FNX just immediately just walking in the open. A little bit of I mean, careless is the best word, really. Play from both teams so far in this round.
Bit over-aggressive, too, so not accounting for another player to be on the bomb site. Fortunately, going to bite him in the butt real badly. As Selfless retake control of things, Luminosity just fishing for another player on the CT side, getting a bit over-aggressive, but they're not finding it at all, and they're so spread out here, too. A minute left on the clock. Thankfully, all this action has happened super early on in the round, so they have plenty of time to play with, regroup, and go for an actual take, which looks like it's happening to the B-bomb site, but oh, they closed there from Uber. Comes back through Monster at just the right time. They get the lock onto his location, but he's actually going to fall much, much further away towards Pit here and molly it off just for good measure.
Yeah, both members in Pit at this B-bomb site. Mitch and Uber can be difficult to clear up, but I mean, this is scary, though. LG has 2 Molotovs they can use to throw in here. Fallen takes a lot of damage. There's 1 molly. Smoke at the bomb site. A second Molotov comes out as well. They're going to pressure anyways. Mitch wins that fight. Can he get another kill through the smoke? He hasn't fallen yet, looking for Taco, but not able to find it. 2-on-2 now. LG is damaged a little bit. The bomb is in the smoke. Uber misses his jump as they try and find an angle into this, as they try and find the intel. They know where Taco is. They know he's behind that pillar due to the nade. It's going to be all on Fallen to protect him, give him some kind of cover, bait just as much as possible, and Taco finds it. Down to a 1-on-1, but Taco comes up huge. 3 kills in the round for him. Perfectly navigates that pillar.
It actually looks like at the end of the round, they didn't have a full realization that Taco was playing around there. Blindsided a bit. Was not able to react to it appropriately. Might have thought he would have fallen back with that smoke covering things. And that smoke that was sitting over the bomb plant, too, really screwed up Selfless. You can see they were struggling to try and find any intel they could through that. So that was the biggest thing that gave Luminosity advantage in that last gunfight there. So they're going to take it back. And immediately after that, too, Selfless are put onto an eco. So never really establishing a good foothold here. The T's get back their lead.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer that Selfless gets reset this quickly. Mac 10 on Fur, going for some of that bonus money. They've already cleared out stairs. FNX as well on the UMP. Working their way up. It is very slow and methodical outside of this Mac 10. Fur is already halfway up long, and actually Nifty gets caught out in the open. Not expecting that speed from Fur this early in the round.
And again, members of Selfless going to have to fall back now and play passively due to that one. Let Luminosity get their excitement out of the way here as they go out early on. But Fur, tap it away. He should actually be able to kill Mainline. Mainline's stuck in this corner. That volley, that should force him out. There we go. It's going to push him out into the open with flashbang attempt, but Fur just tap it away at long range. Gets 1 kill and another one. Shuts out Relix.
And another one.
And another one.
3 kills for Fur with the Mac 10. A lot of bonus money is built up. Taco's still over towards his B-bomb site. This has been his home for this entire half so far. Whether it's here or whether it's over towards short, but FNX is coming from behind because Taco just says, all right, no one's come this way. They've got to be in the bomb site. And then for his patience, he gets rewarded with a kill onto Mitch. 6 rounds for LG, and still the money for Selfless looks like crap. They cannot buy. They're going to be on pistols again.
So it's going to be very, very limited here for the CT side, and Luminosity, good stance being postured up here early on in this match comparatively to the struggles that we saw them having back over Back over on Inferno, where they get very good control of the economy early on there. Conversely, back on Inferno, Selfless immediately started picking up gun rounds, and Luminosity just seemed a bit lost there because of this slow style of play they were trying to utilize. Did not work out very well. Selfless, they're going to try something a bit different this time by playing things aggressively. In mainline, he's got a good angle, but fires too soon. He gave away his position, and already 2 kills to none. FNX has got 2 for himself as he gets our 3rd there. He's even going to find a 3rd for himself, and the final kill as he eliminates Relic. Still no losses at all for Luminosity in that one.
This is the tough part. The money's been built up so much on the LG side that even if Selfless win a round, they have so many they need to win in a row to be able to break the bank. And Luminosity, I mean, they're a grinding team on this map. They're very, very hard to overtake, especially without losses on your CT side. So Luminosity just has so much available for them in the remainder of this half. This time, Nifty, the op, is going to get aggressive out towards Party. It's naded back, though. Down to 83 HP. Not too much damage dealt, but it's just the pressure. Triple stack over towards the B bomb site. This is a lot of manpower for one place, but this is essentially just so they can get 1 kill. Unfortunately, Taco in the past has been quick in taking short sewers. This time, he's switched it up. So they read that he's gone some fast plays there. This time he goes away from it, so they're not going to be successful.
And as the rest of Luminosity is going to connect some more of their players up through connector. Cold ready to molly things off back over towards long and push those players out of positions if they would have been posted up. It's not the case, though, so using some utility early on, but Luminosity still has plenty of it to work with here for later on in the round. Just taking their time with it, and like I said before, this slower style of play working out much, much better for them on this map compared to back on Inferno here, where Selfless so far coming up empty with this triple stack they've gone through, this triple boost they've gone for. Haven't found anybody pushing through connector. They might get Fur in a second, but nope, not the case. Everybody's falling back, and it looks like they're completely avoiding water entirely for the moment.
Lining up smokes very, very far back from the B bomb site. This is the scary part as well, because this triple stack still hasn't gone away. I'm curious if they go away from it once they see these smokes pluming, because this is going to allow Luminosity to basically get through Monster, and FNX might be the only one that falls prey to this. Is he going to be ready for it? Is he going to check? He hasn't seen it yet. Doesn't look like he's even going to think or consider it. I feel like he can see him there. It's just that's in his peripheral, and he's not checking for it. So there it is. They know the triple boost. They know there's 3 members of Selfless here. So they're just going to get the bomb planted. Fur has an angle to prevent them from getting out of graffiti.
Fur just going to hold this down. And oh no, the Molly's going to start cooking them inside of it too, unless one of them throws it on the floor. They're stuck, and look at them. They're all burning alive. They threw a smoke to save themselves, but now another one comes in from the tees, and they're just going to be absolutely decimated in this corner. The triples boost has become their own death. Mainline, it's trying to find a way out of this. He's picked up a kill on the Fur, but it immediately is traded up by Taco. Cold and Fallen find 2 more. Uber in the 1v2 can't finish off Fallen from down below. He's stuck in pit. He's going to grab that final kill. Luminosity, they'll pick up a 7th.
Yeah, they unfortunately, unfortunately, Selfless, once that triple boost, once it gets them a kill, they almost had to fight their way out of that. They couldn't all sit there. You saw the massive damage done by that Molotov and a nade combo and a flashbang as well. So they didn't even realize they were sitting in it for some time. That is brutal for Selfless. They all get locked into that one corner, and Luminosity, they make the smart play. FNX falls, and they trap him there immediately. This time, Fallen is going to be a target. He's going to throw out this Molotov, though, but it's not quick enough. One's already streamed by. They're going to push him, and he just dies. Nice headshot from mainline. They run past the Molotov, so they haven't taken too much damage. But now Luminosity knows there's at least 3 members in this stairwell, so what's their response?
Flashbang coming down from Cold Zera, trying to be aggressive about it, but does not want to play aggressively enough to actually push down that stairwell. Don't think that Molly's going to spread far enough to take down Relics, but Cold's going to jump into it anyway.
What is happening lately with people throwing Molotovs and running into themselves?
That one as well is like, you have to go downwards and then readjust your aim for someone you don't even know if they're even there anymore or not.
Look at this discipline out of Fur. Finally spotted out by mainline, so he's got to pull the trigger. He's got to get more, but he's not able to, so this is looking like the aggression from Selfless has worked out. Taco, 1-on-3, doesn't have the bomb as well. Although, I don't think Selfless knows exactly where it is, so he can work his way back. There's still a minute. Tough part is just going to be the fact that he has only an idea of where one member is essentially. And with this much time off the clock, the other 2 can be anywhere.
So falling back now, if he had stuck around there for a moment or 2, he might have been able to line up a shot against Nifty, but was not to be. So moves in to retake control of the bomb. And he's really only going to have 30 seconds to get himself onto a bomb site from the time after he picks this up. And this is where it's going to get really, really rough for him, because he doesn't even have time to like slow down and make sure he checks corners and whatnot. He just has to rush into the site. Down to 20 seconds now as he pushes in bathrooms. He's chosen the correct site. Only one player really fully committed to it, as they do have Midshot on a lurk at this point with that pistol, but 13, he's just going to try to molly things off and go for the plan inside. And actually, no. forcing the plan as of yet. Unfortunately, with Nifty being that close, there's no way he's not going to be able to hear that bomb going down to the floor. Trying to force it, but probably the worst timing he could have possibly had as Uber peaks just at the perfect time.
Oh, even if he didn't peek, there's no time left on the clock. He just ate a little bit too much looking for that one kill. So wouldn't have been able to get the plant anyways. Luminosity, though, still a massive lead and still a good buy coming out. The money on some of them is starting to dwindle. First down to 850. Selfless, actually. I mean, they won the pistol, and then they won their first round one after a 4-round losing streak. After that was an eco, I believe. And now they just win another one again with just pistols. This one was a little bit of a force buy, as they did have armor behind it. But once the guns come out, it is a bit of a struggle for them.
Good molly going on early on here, too, as Luminosity wanted to take very fast control of construction, but so far it's holding them back. Now Taco rolls into it. And this will be his area to take control of as he pushes towards the B-bomb site, but he's not even really going to be able to do that unless he wants to take a very big risk by pushing through the smoke. In the meantime, the rest of Selfless sitting back. You got Mitch and Uber on the site. Leave Rolix up in heaven, also able to support this. They put Fur up on top of the sandbag, but that's going to hurt him as now he's down at 2 HP, and he might get caught. Oof, almost is caught by those flames, just out of reach, and they actually start dealing damage. So Rolix, they did get some good trade damage on him, bringing him down to just 17, but Uber, along with Relics, are going to get the kills there on the Fur. Mitch finds another one. Taco tries to transfer spray. That doesn't pay off so well as Mitch picks it up. FNX as well, back on the trade wagon here, but Relics sneaking through, finds FNX, and it's just down to Cold now. That's
a sick shot from Relics, only 17 HP. If he doesn't hit that headshot immediately, then he is going to fall. Cold is the last one left. Can he do anything? Nifty's watching his back right now. Smoke comes out for short, so that's a little bit unfortunate for Cold. Gonna have to bide this one out. He does have time to do it. It'll be just over 20 seconds when that smoke expires. But I mean, that's might not be enough time to. All he can really, he has to find 2 kills at least, 1 to 2 kills, and then get the bomb down. So this is gonna be very, very tough for him. Relics as well playing passively in water. That's a kill you have to actually hunt for and commit to. So I think now that there's only 10 seconds, there's no time. He's been spotted out by Mainline. The Mainline is just freezing him out in the open. So Cold is just going to bail out, save the AK-47. Couldn't find anything, and there's no hunt from Selfless. So a 5th round on the board for the CT side. Selfless has strung 2 together.
Not going to be able to afford to hunt that now. Just starting to win rounds back together again, so money's still way too fragile at this point, especially with Mitch and Relics having to go for another rebuy here. But they are bouncing back a bit to make this much more of a closer half. Luminosity having the advantage does not bode well when you consider this is much more, usually anyway, CT-centric half, but with it being in North America, sometimes the T side does take priority on those more CT-sided maps. Luminosity, though, still able to buy through a lot of this. They are going to be basically out of cash with this round. So if we can see a Selfless victory, the losing bonus stacking up, so Luminosity going to be able to get some Tech 9 buys, probably a couple downgrades for AKs and Nickel onto the board too, but Selfless is definitely going to have the advantage. However, this time, very, very fast take from Luminosity, and immediately Relics is left in the open with no response. Mitch and Uber too, also boxed out of it as they're pushed over here towards construction.
Look at all the aggression from Luminosity. They're playing so up close to these choke points and they're smoked off. They've got to know, somehow Luminosity has lost track. Only 1 member at the B bomb site. They don't think that anyone can be short. That gives a free kill over. Mitch burning, he's got to smoke himself off, smoke that fire. The bomb is still not planted and everyone is here. It's a 4-on-4 around this bomb site.
Fur getting himself boosted up towards heaven too. I'm not exactly sure if anybody has spotted that as of yet, but as soon as there's much more aggressive peek or he hears the op shot, he can just roll right in. Nifty's here. I think he did realize he was in that position though, so it looks like Fur's going to give that up for the time being. 50 seconds left, but Nifty's going to get another kill here. Just waltzing out into the open while you have no control over that heaven area. They're mauling the players inside a pit. They're stuck there now, and also smoking himself off from the back to prevent anybody from flanking them, since that is an angle which they have not been able to fully cover. But there's another frag for the guys on LG. Taco picking up one in the main line. Hopshot still coming out from Nifty, and also the CT still holding good control of things back over here by Sandbags. But Luminosity maybe starting to feel a bit more secure. May want to try for the plant in a moment. Molly rolls out, not going to be in the best spot though, so that's signal for Fur and Fallen to pick up 2 more kills. And while this was looking good for Selfless for a moment, now Nifty up in heaven, he would have to pull off a monster clutch to find these final 3 kills, and he's just going to choose to save instead, with Selfless economy still being in a very delicate position.
That's brutal if you're Selfless. They played that so well for so long. I mean, there was no utility on the Luminosity side to really hunt down some of those kills. Eventually, they did find Mainline. But the 2 players from Selfless on short, they go for that Molotov peek, and that's exactly what Luminosity was waiting for. They weren't even trying to hunt anything. They weren't even trying to go for those kills. They were just waiting for the mistake to be made, and eventually it was. The patience of Luminosity just too much. Selfless started to feel the nerves a little bit. Go for an inadvisable peek, but now they have to buy. Last round of the half. Nifty's going to be able to get an AK, but or I mean AWP, excuse me, but he is going to drop a FAMAS over. So there will be a couple light rifles on the Selfless side. They'll have good utility though. That's the big thing to note. All AKs and a very strong buyout of Luminosity for this last round.
The split from Luminosity sending most of their players up through the fountain area along with Playground. They're also going to put 2 of them down inside of Connector and keep Taco on the lurk back over towards the B bomb site. Fur looking for that first pickup on the main line, but not able to spot him exactly just as yet. He has a good feeling that he's there, but he's actually caught switching his guns, so the first kill of the round is going to go into the control of the CT's main line, finds that one. They're trying to double stack themselves. They would have to jump up back over inside of the CT cubby area once more. Actually, I think that's a plywood area, so would be able to catch any extra aggression coming out from the T's back out through the connector. Not going to find it yet, but Relics will have an opportunity to maybe find a kill in a moment here too, as he is inside of there. They've spotted him. Flashbang's going to roll in his direction, but he tosses one out too, and that's almost perfect. Catches a nice dink on FNX to bring him down to 5 HP, but he will go down. Taco rolls in, grabs one on a Mitch, and immediately evacuates. Takes no damage from that aggressive movement. And now it's up to Luminosity to make their choices where they want to take this push, as they have the man advantage, but Selfless still have map control.
It's a sick play from Taco, making a play away from the action on the map. Finds that 1 kill, lives. Massive stuff. Mainline is stuck out towards long. He still hasn't fallen all the way back. So, I mean, they really don't have too much intel on this A bomb site, as Uber and Nifty are dedicated over towards B. The bomb is going to come down the stairs, so this looks good for Selfless so far. Nifty could actually get a pick as they exit these stairs. That would be a huge kill for him to find. Oh, the timing is heartbreaking. He looks away at the wrong moment, goes for the repeak. It was the exact moment that Luminosity grabs the angle. That's heartbreaking. Uber now, such a big job to do. Gets the first kill. Can he recover in time? Down to just 9 bullets. He's got to hold on, and Luminosity is waiting for him to move out of this position. Meanwhile, Mainline has made his way down the stairs for the flank, but it's going to be cleaned out by Cold. Tech9 and Op for the final 2 kills. That's a monster terrorist half for Luminosity, 10-5.
And now they hold the advantage coming out of the first half here, and it's Selfless's job to round back on their own T side. Solid attempt of it back over on Inferno, but their T side in general flatlined very, very early on in that half. Unfortunately, they weren't able to stack up that many rounds overall, and it was a huge comeback from Luminosity. I think at most they only picked up like 3 or 4 rounds there.
Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, 2 of them. I mean, when you win the pistol and only get 5 rounds in your CT side, that's pretty rough. But even, I mean, the pistol round and then they win 2 or an eco and then a force buy, that's just pretty crazy that the gun rounds just couldn't go your way. You couldn't find success on them. But I mean, we talked about Luminosity. This is a map they're monsters on. And if you go into a final day trying to make playoffs for a big event, and you're placing Luminosity on Inferno and Overpass, you can't like your chances. But at least the first map from Selfless was a really, really strong effort. This second one, though, this could slip away pretty quickly.
And even worse for them at this point in time, too, is the Team Liquid is currently running away with their second map versus Splice, sitting at a 6-0 record at the moment. And some updates from the other game, too. Energy versus Optic, which will end up deciding the 3rd seed for North America. Optic is winning that one, but it's a much closer matchup at 6-3.
Yeah, and we will, depending on what stage those matches are in, switch over to one of them if this ends in a timely fashion. We will pick whichever one's probably closer. But for now, another extended halftime as Selfless eating up all this time to try and figure something out to get back into this game because they're reeling.
For once again, for anybody that did miss it when we came back from the break, the way that I believe these work out at this point now, based on the winners of this, is whoever wins the match between Energy and Optic, that team should get 3rd seed for NA. 1st and 2nd seed is already decided. Luminosity is getting 1st, Cloud9 is getting 2nd. It will either be Optic or Energy that take the 3rd seed, and then from that point forward, if we don't see a Selfless victory or a Team Liquid victory, then the loser of the Energy or Optic matches takes the 4th seed outright. And if we see a victor in any of either this match or the one with Liquid in it, then we'll either have a 2- or 3-way tie to decide the 4th and final seed.
It's just craziness.
A little bit of chaos.
We all like a little bit of chaos.
And those ties are decided, once again, by the way, by first head-to-head record. So if the teams, based on the way the teams played each other earlier on in the season, if a team 2-0 the other one, the team that actually got the 2-0 record will automatically get a higher seed in that case. If it was a 1-1, then it goes to I think it goes to the amount of rounds won in their set when they played each other on those 2 maps. Which there absolutely should be a winner out of that one.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
But then, of course, it would be nice if there wasn't, because then I think it goes to a BO3 decider after that.
No, then it goes to the overall amount of rounds won throughout the season.
Don't even care
Then it goes to a best of 3 if somehow it's still tied up to that point.
That would be such a
They
cool,
don't like
that would be
best of
such
three.
a cool best of 3. That would be so cool. Either way, live into the second half pistol round. Fallen with the utility on the CT side. Taco as well. They each have a smoke, flash nade on Fallen, and then a kit on Taco. Fur, he's peeking up mid, peeking up towards Fountain, trying to find some information. I think he spotted one, but he's just going to fall away. Selfless opens up with a very, very defensive stance on this T-side pistol round, just watching for any kind of aggression, any kind of information gathering. They didn't spot Fur doing it, so he's going to go for more. Now coming downstairs, seeing if he can find anything there, and sees absolutely nothing.
He's going to push himself forward even more so, too, moving up to the stairs into the upper tunnels now. And there's not really anybody watching for that flank at this point, so he could line this up and immediately take control of the pistol round and the scoreline once again for Luminosity. At the same time, Relics is pushing his way into the B-bomb site, but unfortunately does not have any footing to stand on, so...
That's sick, though, because what this has done, Fur would have had a huge flank towards the A-bomb site. That pulls Fur away from that. So now it's open. Look at the rotate. LG's not going to get here in time. It's going to have to be a post-plant. There's no nades on the Selfless side. That's the unfortunate part, but they do get the bomb down. Fur's going to come up stairwell, and here's the boost from FNX trying to find something. And he's not able to land anything. Jill just now. Fur, he's got to win that. He can't. Mainline finds him. Nifty, he's next up on the plate. Still not able to land those shots, and it's craziness. It's all down to Mainline so quickly. LG, they recovered from the fake very nicely. It's an easy retake. 3 kills for Fallen, 1 on FNX and 1 on Cold.
Nice hit by Luminosity. They even try to line up that fly still from Fur too. He's the only player that actually does not have a good time with that. And the rest of them just push themselves forward. They essentially all get kills there. So Luminosity keep the lead going. Selfless probably, actually no, they might, nope, they're just gonna force up here. I was about to say they might consider saving since they were able to get the plant going down, but that's not the case. They're going right forward here. They don't want to let Luminosity get any more of a lead. Same thing as the last second half, too, back on Inferno.
Yeah, I think they would have gone for that third round AK buy if the scoreline had been a bit closer, but they can't let Luminosity get too far ahead. I mean, they're already very far ahead, so it's just going to be a B rush. All 5 towards short. They're going to slow things down, but there's the door open. Fur, he falls. He's got all the intel, though. And are they going to continue forward into this B bomb site? Cold's here. There's Taco with 1. Taco with a second. Nice plays from him. Cold now chiming in with 2 of his own. And this has been stopped.
FNX still get overwhelmed a bit by Mainline there. Finds a rifle too, but there's a minute and 20 left. No way you're taking that out of the round. Might as well try to go for a fight here. Ooh, almost sprays down Fallen, but he gets out of the crosshairs quickly enough. And now they're going to get pushed for construction. Taco will find that final kill. Luminosity pick up their second one of this half, and up to 12 total. 4 more away from shutting out Selfless for making it to the LAN finals.
The revenge of Fallen is almost complete.
His master plan.
Imagine a world in which Fallen is like a Sith.
There's that one photo, remember? From from IM? Yeah. Where he just looks like this ungodly creature.
Yeah. All right. Taking it a bit far, I think, Blue.
That's a very disturbing photo.
Fur now with the chance with the SMG to build up some bonus, and he's just going to go hunting again. Much like Pistron. He gets the goosh, and Uber, though, he responds nicely. Fur not ready for that peak. So a 5-on-4. Mitch is brought very low. No armor on any of these guys, and the only utility they have is the HE grenade they just salvaged. So FNX is going to be next up. Here's the footsteps from Mainline. That's going to be Fallen to clean that out. FNX gets one as well, and they are going to make it away. They do get a little bit more passive after that initial aggression. They have such a huge lead. No reason to risk it.
So Selfless now a bit lost with themselves here, just trying to make some progress. The bomb goes down for a second time. Fallen's even watching for the push to come out from Connector 2, as Uber might be attempting that in a moment. He's even timid to do that. Relics moves in first, but damage goes on to Uber. Relics is going to try pushing up. It's all slowly falling by the wayside here for Selfless Gaming, and Fallen gets the flank. FNX steals that final kill away, but it doesn't matter, because Luminosity have full control of things, 13-5. And although we'll see Selfless getting the guns into their hands, this is going to be one of their only chances now to swing back into this game.
And boy, do they need it, because just as an update, the Liquid match, I believe, is at, what, 9-0 or 8-1 for Liquid at the moment. It's a dominant performance so far from Liquid in that matchup. So Selfless has to get on the board and get going very, very quickly.
So Selfless, so few chances to get back into this game now, but as they push themselves back over here towards water, taking quick control of that one, they are going to send their players over to the B-bomb site after taking a bit of a timeout here. They've got control, but they don't want to send things in too quickly. So that's going to be obvious, and Luminosity will be very quick to rotate. Maybe try to play around with things a bit more for those that are inside of the tunnels. But Mainline out might get his chance to find a kill. Also might get flashbang too. Cold's going to roll out, but Mainline finds that frag. And the guys on Selfless, patience is a virtue here, as Relics also picks up a kill on a Fur, and now they have the 5-on-3 advantage.
Oh, and there's a gap in that smoke that Uber exploits perfectly. the aggression from Luminosity is punished. They're still going to line up for an execution. They don't want to take any risks. Might not even commit to this, it looks like. They throw the smoke, they fall away. That's forced FNX and Fallen. The big thing is at this point, with this much of a manpower lead for Selfless, you would imagine that someone would get aggressive over towards that A site because you've pulled the defenders away. Instead, Fallen has a chance that off to get one. FNX is going to try and make a play. I think he's been spotted out. Molotov is burning them though, so they're very, very low. There is a chance on this retake, however small, so Selfless has got to be careful not to lose anyone else. Nifty has the op, that's going to guard the wrap into the bomb site, and there goes FNX, and now Fallen, he's out of it. Might as well just save the gun, tries to flick over. I'm just going to use that smoke to make sure he can retreat. So a nice round from Selfless, they get on the board.
He's going to stick inside of the tunnels for a little bit longer, I think, because now he knows Selfless would have raced back through the other connector for now just to try and box him into the A-bomb site, and they're right about that. So it'll be a bit of a task for him to try and save this. I think that Selfless are taking it slow enough now because their own bank at this point is still delicate enough. Not going to be able to drop it more than likely, and he'll keep that up heading into the next round, which is going to be a nice boon because I think they can still afford to buy it for the rest of these guys. Yeah, they're sitting on plenty of cash. Cold Still's 8.4K.
Yeah, this is good stuff from Selfless, at least to start. I mean, they have one more to buy to make themselves through, and if they can break the economy, something they weren't really able to do in the first half, if they can do it here, though, gives them an avenue to try and close the gap in this. I mean, force Luminosity on pistols, you imagine you win like 1 or 2 of those rounds. All of a sudden you can be looking at 13-9 with a chance, and especially if this aggression early on keeps up, because it's FNX this time who falls first, trying to make a play outdoor. And that really, really weakens this defense. 4 on 5, it's going to spread things out, although look at the position of Fur. Still, all the way dating back towards Pistron, he's essentially just picking a portion of the map and pushing up and just saying, I'll grab the intel, and I'll kill whoever I find. And at the moment, you could see what it's giving Luminosity. Despite being a man down, they have a good read, and Fur actually was that stuck on a balloon?
Possibly. He was in the air, right?
It's a lot of helium in that balloon to keep him suspended. There it is from Fur. What a find. Very narrow angle Uber falls.
Fallen grabs that kill, and now Selfless get a bit scared here as they're even out once again. A minute left, so still plenty of time, but like we said before, patience ended up working out for them previously, but this time it seems to be hurting them much more so, as they end up losing another player because they're a bit scared to execute onto the B-bomb. So it allows Fallen to get much more aggressive. He finds that pickup, and now they're left without a man here to push into this B-bomb site successfully. But they've split the defenses 2-2, and Mainline's going to find that first entry without very little consequence here, pushing into the B-bomb site, so Cold has to try and hold this. However, again, still not solidified on the B-take. They're actually pushing the bomb back through connector now, and they're going to send it up to the A site instead, with Mainline here just trying to throw the fake.
That's working so far because Fallen is on the rotate, so it is going to be up to Fur. He's got the FAMAS, and he can't even get that first kill. He sees the shadow, shoots a little bit early, so Fallen's got to get back quick because now they found out this is a fake. That's when your heart sinks just a little bit if you're Cold and Fallen. No utility to use on this retake, no kits either. The bomb is just now getting planted, so they have a chance here. If they can find a quick kill, you can see Cold is trying to stop him before they can get away. It's a nice dink, but he can't complete the kill. One more in the site is isolated. Fallen finds the pick on a Relics. Inadvisable peek. So Nifty's got to come up huge. Stuck in the site, he's just holding, but he misses that shot as well. He cannot fall here, and Cold finished him off. It's all down to Mitch, who's been headshotted earlier. He's got one HE grenade, but that's not going to do much. LG is going to be on the hunt. Can he find Fallen? Not looking the right direction. There he is. He's spotted now. And Cold is just going to play that perfectly. Baits out the shot. And Selfless have what they need. Cold picks up the kit. It's got to run back, so it's going to be a little bit close.
Should be able to get it, though.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to have an issue getting it. So, 14th round going up onto the board for LG. And now the guys from Selfless are in a pretty tough spot here. They've got enough money to buy up, I assume, unless they really wanted to risk it. Yeah, definitely going to be buying up here, as they can still afford 4 AKs, 3 of them with decent utility too. And we're just going to see Relics downgrade himself to the Tech 9 so they can get 4 guys with good utility. But Luminosity, they never really ran out of cash to begin with here, so they're still in a pretty strong buy themselves. It's going to be an inevitable battle here, which Selfless, unless they can come out with some monster clutches, are probably not going to be able to win. And we'll be looking at Luminosity just having that monster record coming out of the season.
Well, you would have expected he won a monster clutch. They had a perfect opportunity in the last round. Oh, look at Fur. This is brutal. That's it's unfortunate for Mitch. He actually does spot it out, does deal massive damage to Fur, but loses the fight in the end. So a good advantage now for Luminosity. They're going to keep getting aggressive. A boost over the smoke on top of sandbags. They even do it in fire. The guts of Cold to jump up and just trust that he'll dodge those bullets as Uber going to be prepared. The smoke's fading. There's one kill. Can he transfer? He can't. Relics finds that. Taco's alive still at pole. He's going to take out Nifty. There's Relics with another one, but he falls, and the spray transfer from Taco is perfect. 15-6. Luminosity is running away and dominating.
And unfortunately, Selfless, it just seems like they've run out of steam at this point. Still having the full buy in that last round with 1 or 2 exceptions, but just not able to make any impact at all, really. Selfless now onto a Tech-9 force-up. They have no choice, but they are treading on extremely thin ice here and are slowly sinking. Luminosity take control of it and are about to box them out of the ESL Pro League Finals.
Nade comes out for Fur. Good damage onto Mitch. Only pistols. What can Fur do? Gets the first kill. Still spraying. Gets the second one. The last bullet connects, and FNX is there to pick things up. And there's no way LG loses this in a 1-on-5. So Selfless, they have a good season. They bring it all the way to the end, but they're not able to complete it. They cannot make it to the finals. Luminosity and Fallen, they have their revenge from the iBuyPower Cup. As Fallen said, he wanted. So Luminosity with the first seed. You said Cloud9 has the second. And now it's looking like as long as Liquid wins this next match, they'll be in the playoffs. And
Yes.
They're up big.
Pending it, we have to look at how the tiebreaker goes.
Okay.
Because
So nothing's set. We haven't figured anything out
nothing is solidified as
yet. I'm
of
just
yet.
kidding. But we are going to switch into Energy versus Optic is going to be the next one because the Liquid match that we have going on in Kabul, I believe the score's got to be, what, 12-1, 13-1 right now. It's a little bit spread out.
13-1 Liquid.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Energy Optic. That's going to be the next match we will cover as soon as we get the IP. I'm looking for it, and I think we have it here. So we are going to go straight into that one. This has worked out so well.
Get in the match. All right, so it's currently 10-5 in the favor of Optic Gaming this time. And keep in mind, these guys are currently tied on record now, so the winner of this is just outright going to get that 3rd seed. And depending on the tiebreaker status, the loser of this would have to go up against Liquid to determine who gets the 4th seed. So it'll be... I think this is halftime, by the way. Yeah, not actually live. Took me a moment. I assumed they were like, yeah, it's live.
It's been a long season.
I just heard from the producers it's halftime. And just assume it's mid-match.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
That's my fault.